Welcome to No Mentor. We've got hot takes, weird debates, and absolutely zero qualifications. With your host, Sir Judo
and Psyche. Let's get into it. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe and leave a comment. You can hear us on all podcast platforms and socials at No Mentor Podcast. Let's get into it.
It is No Mentor. That's.
I can't talk today, Judo.
It is No Mentor.
It is No Mentor.
When can you ever really talk?
Seriously. This is Psychic, by the way, and my co-host, Sir Judo.
Sir Judo, yeah.
For some reason I can't. Yeah. I'm thinking about going anyway. So yeah, we're good.
You need a dialect coach?
Well, the way my brain processes stuff, I would never be a good public speaker unless.
Yeah, I thought you got a good baritone going on.
I got a good voice, but the process, the words and stuff, would be a whole nother story. Well, anyways, today, guys, what we're going to talk about is Mr. Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, and everything that's going on with Mr. West as of late.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say this. She found pictures in my email. I sent this bitch a picture of my dick. I don't know what it is with females, but I'm not too good with that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shakespeare, right? Or Kanye, my bad. Same thing, right?
Something like that. Well, he is a god, just remember.
Dude, okay, so do me... Shit, oops. I didn't mean to hit that. But do me a favor. Go on your Spotify.
My Apple, yeah.
No.
I don't have Spotify.
You don't have... What?
No, I use Apple Music. What are you looking for? What am I looking for?
Let me see if Google has it. You got to see this, or it's not going to make any sense. Let me type this in.
I've used Apple Music. I've never used Spotify.
So let me get you on to something real quick.
Okay.
What happens if you do this? Tell me if you can see this. Where you at, Riverside? Where you at? Where's the chat? Okay. Tell me if you can see his like picture. That's the whole point of me laughing right now. Like, can you actually visit his Spotify page?
Yeah, I'm going to right now.
Okay, and tell me what you see. Yeah.
Opening up Spotify.
Opening up Spotify. It should just take you to the browser.
No, it is. That's what what is that, a goat?
Yeah, his Spotify picture is a goat.
I love that, dude. I love that.
Really?
Yes. That is him.
Yeah, it's Kanye the goat.
That is Kanye, bro.
It is Kanye the
goat. That is
Ye. So you want to do an episode on Kanye is what you're trying to get at. A full
episode, yeah.
Or Ye, whatever his name.
They're saying, just like we say Twitter still, people are still writing stories on Kanye, on Ye. It's interchangeable.
Yeah. So here's my thing. It's a multifaceted conversation, right? There's so much to hit on. There's so much to even miss. Where would you like to start that conversation? Because there's just so much.
Yeah. So we're going to try to break it up into segments.
That's fine. Yeah.
What I mean is because there's just so much, we want to unpack all of it.
Yeah.
So, it really got, so I want to go back.
Let me ask you a question real quick.
Yo.
So he's got a whole catalog.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the most underrated out of the catalog to you think?
To me, most underrated?
Yeah. Or one that, not even the most underrated, just one that you find underrated where people didn't really get into it as much as they should have.
So on Graduation, are we talking about albums or songs?
I'm talking about albums.
Me personally, I think the album that he did with Jay-Z in 2011.
Watch the Throne.
Watch the Throne is under vibed, and I'm gonna also say, what is it called? The Heartbreak and 808s.
Yeah.
That's by
You think
far.
that's underrated? I think
I think
there's
so.
good reception, I thought.
I think that, I mean, personally, that's what I think the album is most.
These are by far not my favorite Kanye albums, but I do think these are some of the most underrated. The Ye album's great in 2018.
Yes, is
It's
that the
like,
one with Closed on Sunday? I'm probably wrong with that.
I think that is
Or
not that one.
Okay. See,
No, it's like a 7-track album, and I want to say it was he like took a trip to Wyoming, I think.
okay, I'm looking it up right now to see. It's the Ye album.
Because the album art, it's just the mountains. I think it's Wyoming, but I could be wrong. Could be Montana. I don't fucking know. But it's mountains, and on the cover of the album it says, "I hate being bipolar. It's awesome."
Right? No, and I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, it was recorded in Jackson Hole.
Okay, yeah. And he like went out there. Have you listened to this album at all?
No, honestly,
Wow, you're slacking.
Dude, I am.
Every 7-track on this album is a banger.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. I like
He's
it all.
So this was legit. I mean, he's got Benny Blanco as producer. He's got Seven Aurelius, Irv Gotti, Francis and Lightning.
It's a really short listen. It's not even a long album at all. It's 7 tracks.
I know which one I believe is super underrated.
It's a 23-minute album. Super short.
Yeah, so it's like what, 5? It's like a EP then, basically.
It feels like an EP to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, give this album a listen. It's kind of crazy, but it's a good one. It's underrated. But the next one after that, I was going to say, was Life of Pablo.
Yes, that's exactly. I was going to say that's super underrated, and there's so many good tracks on that. So many good. Yeah, like my favorite on that is the one with "Fuck My Life" with what's his name, with
that's a good
Weeknd.
one.
That, and there was another one that they did with. It was a feature with Saya. Those are my two.
Sia,
yeah. Those are my.
That's good. I even like the Chance feature, the Ultralight Beam.
Yeah,
Chance
that's
Rapper.
Dope. Yeah, there's just so much that I forget, like exactly what.
He's got a big catalog. I mean,
dude, he's got huge.
His artistry is a little insane. Even at his I mean, that's not even a thing. I was gonna say at his craziest, even his artistry is good, but that's the thing, right? And this might be the whole topic for me. This is the whole like shebang with him is like aren't most the like devoted artists crazy? Like you look at like what are some crazy people, like Salvador Dali was a crazy motherfucker, and he's like one of the better artists. You know, you could look at like wasn't Bach kind of crazy? Like I know I'm putting him up there with a lot of historical figures, but
he's got to be he is historical.
Am I right though that it kind of goes hand in hand, the crazy?
Yes. When you're actually like artistic and yes, when you're a genius in art.
Don't they talk a lot about like Andy Warhol being kind of a nutter?
Yes, you have to be. Honestly, you have to be.
Is it because you're seeing life through different lens?
Yes.
You're an artistic lens,
and your brain is functioning and processing things different than a regular human.
Do you think he's autistic?
No, I think he's real.
Okay,
we're gonna get into this later.
Okay,
we're gonna get because we have two different. We're gonna talk. We're gonna go down a rabbit hole.
Sure, this could be a long one.
It's going to be a long one, and it's going to involve a lot of. I may be sounding crazy myself.
I think anybody who is any defense of the guy is going to sound crazy.
Yeah,
that's just part of it.
Exactly. Yeah, like So let's.
And just take note that you will not ever. I'll shut up there. But yeah. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been going down the rabbit hole of a whole bunch of stuff.
There's just a lot of haters that are going to hate you if you enjoy anything to do.
Yeah.
Like people just hate the guy. Like there's just, and I'm not even talking about like MGK hate. I'm talking about like
it's a whole nother level.
Huge amount of hate for this guy. They think he's a neo-Nazi. I mean, Yeah.
Okay. So,
yeah.
can I say why they think he's a neo-Nazi?
I think we should start this off by the segmentation that you wanted to do.
That's exactly right. So music
we'll
first.
You can be the guide to this travel that we're about to venture on down Kanye land.
Cool.
Or
so
Yalen.
We're going to start off with the music. We've pretty much went into like our underrated albums that we thought that didn't get as much attention as they should.
And those are more recent a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
in the past, like what, decade, right?
Yeah, I would say in the past decade. Yeah, he kind of, musically speaking, I would say probably after Life of Pablo, he went into more of the fashion side of life. And he was still putting out records.
He did take a little bit of a break, I feel like, when it came to like, I mean, you had like Life of Pablo, and you had like a couple year gap to Ye. And then after Ye, there really hasn't been any. I think his last album prior to the collab with Ty Dolla, I think the last album was the Ye album, correct? 2018. I think that was the last album that he had. This is all prior to Vultures. I'm not talking about the Ty Dolla collab.
Yeah.
And I'm not shitting on that, and I'm not saying that's not a Kanye album. I'm just saying I don't consider it a solo body of work.
It's not. I don't believe so. I believe it's a collab with Dolla.
Yeah, I think it was kind of just for fun. I think it was just a spinoff, in my opinion, like a Kanye spinoff. Like, well, and I really don't get it. Kinda, I don't really get it, and that's another thing I don't know if. And this might be a conversation we have later in this episode. Are those two good? Like now, I don't think that they are. I thought.
Is anybody good with Kanye? Is anybody?
I know he's hard to be good with. Yeah.
Is there anybody other than Candace Owens that's cool with Kanye right now? I mean, you got to think about. So before we get in the whole Hollywood thing, but
let's segment. Let's start in segments because I'm on a spiral. If we don't, if we're going this.
I think we're going to spiral because there's so much intertwining of everything. But
yeah, I think you gotta. I think you're gonna have to segment me because I'm just gonna keep rabbit holing if you know.
We're going. Well, yeah. So
where do you want to start?
Okay, so 20 minutes in, we're gonna start with his. Let's start with his behavior.
Can you name this episode?
All over the place.
No, can you name this episode? I hate being bipolar. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, no, that's totally cool. I'll do that.
It's hilarious. You can name it. I hate being bipolar. It's awesome. The Kanye episode.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
or the Ye episode.
The Ye,
or just name it the Ye episode.
That's cool. I want to name it. I'm bipolar and I love it.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Or whatever his album title is.
But yeah, let's go ahead. Run me through the segment.
Okay, so we've got the music, then we have the production, then we have his personal life, then we have people who used to be cool with him and their perception of him now. Then we're going to get into something recent of the talks about him being a neo-Nazi and his interview with Akademiks and all of that stuff.
Okay.
And we're going to be going through rabbit holes. It's going to be what it's going to be. But let's try.
Yeah.
So first, we all know Kanye. We all thought the majority of the world thought Kanye just came out in 2004 with his album.
College Dropout.
But in fact, he's been a producer for
Jay,
Rockefeller.
Right?
He's been a producer, a main producer of Rockefeller Records, which is Jay-Z and Damon Dash's record label, way back from like 99, 2000. So
yeah,
this goes back.
He's got chops.
And then like he was always into the rapping thing. So that's where we started. And we're going to fast forward. He had tremendous success through the 2000s.
Pause real quick on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Him speaking so ill of Jay now on tweets, you got to understand that they've known each other for a long time.
26,
right?
27 years.
Yeah, so that's all. I'll stop there, but that's what I was going to say. Like,
yeah, no, and that, exactly. And this is all, so he had all this success and all of that. Then his mom dies, and it seems like he even took an even darker route, so to speak. He became more unhinged, and then the public starts to see him as,
before that, he went through some shit. He wrecked the through the wire,
well, and that's true. That's true. And that's why I have you, is because you can bring up certain things that I forgot because my mind is just whack.
Where I want to go off that. So the Through the Wire song, he talks about the car crash that he was in, broke his jaw. So he got injured, like head injury. Probably almost died, I think. Even
I would say so.
They wired his jaw shut so it'd heal. And you can hear that on that song. You can hear the whole video documents it in the song, and his cadence when he raps, which in turn, like, to be able to do production and rap, I mean, they're not always the same. Like, that just because you're talented on one doesn't mean you're talented on the other. So,
oh yeah. So the fact that he's beyond good at both, like, that's incredible.
But what I want to play off that, and this might be another segment later, but I'll say this now, and we can talk about it now, or we can skip ahead. So, something I never knew back in the day because it wasn't a buzzword or a buzz thing, but now it's huge. I mean, you've heard of CTE, right?
CTE.
Yeah.
Is it a medical?
Yeah.
Chronic traumatic.
Yeah, I can never say that word, but it's it's degenerative brain disease, basically. But basically, like, it's just a fancy term for brain damage. And I'm not
traumatic brain injury. That could be part of it too.
Yeah, and football players get it, like Aaron Hernandez, Chris Benoit from WWE.
Yes, WWE. The CTE, yeah.
So basically, it's just a bunch of blows to your head over and over. And I'm not saying that, like, one blow to your head might cause it, but, you might think that there might be a little bit of, like, woohoo, a little bit going on. I'm not saying that that's a thing. I'm just saying you take a hit to the head. Are you going to be on? Is it going to be screwed so straight anymore? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that brain is a special damn vehicle, man.
And we've seen a progression of his behavior get different. So that's the only reason I'm incorporating that. And this never gets talked about, really.
No. But also, well, we'll get into...
And I'm not saying that's the cause. I'm just saying it's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
And it can have nothing to do with, like, physical properties. It could just be all trauma related. So when you had a car wreck, you had your mother dying, you have all these, like... in his eyes, white women watching you. You got, like, a lot of ups and downs.
Once you become, like, huge in entertainment, all eyes are on you. And it's just, it affects you differently.
I can't not ever think about the George Bush doesn't like black people. Is that what it is?
That's part of it. That's where all the hate started.
That to me was just, it's iconic. I mean, of course, and it's a moment in media history. It's not going away. I think it's hilarious. But I'm not laughing because I'm not laughing at the subject matter. It's fucked up, whatever. I'm just laughing at the fact that the guy had, I don't know, man. I'm kind of weird. Like, I lean towards people who have balls, no homo. So, like, going off the beaten path and doing something outlandish, I admired people like that. Does it fit the tone of normal and how things should be? No. But, man, I'm pretty much like a fuck the rules kind of person, I think. Like,
yeah, I can see that. And I've noticed with him, he has no filter, which is good for a person.
Here's also my, like, quarrel with that is, like, you want to judge Kanye as much as you can, and we'll get more to the outlandish things because there is a there is a line where I'm like, okay, well, now you're kind of getting a little too crazy, man. But like prior to that line, I'm all for it. But I mean, for one, he's not the first artist to ever be vocal. And there's actually a really good artist that was hugely vocal who will always be in history. Like, do we compare Kanye's behavior to a little reminiscent of like Pac? You know?
Give me a sec, dude.
DoorDash. Calling that's either Amazon or DoorDash for Psychic. What's the money on? Yeah, probably Amazon again.
I don't have anybody come to my door for a week, and then all of a sudden I'm recording and there's like, I'm getting interrupted, which is fine. But anyhow.
Yeah. So all I was saying was there's been other vocal artists in the history of media. I was just saying Tupac was pretty vocal. Is it comparable or no?
For being vocal and standing on his beliefs?
Aggressive
Aggressive
and vocal, yeah.
Telling it like it is?
Yeah.
I believe it has some aspects.
Okay. Non-conforming. Yeah.
He was real. And I think so many people are afraid to be real and tell the truth.
What did gangster rap when that ended? Is that when like people got fluffed and people got PC? Like, because it's funny how, and you don't always need to I don't know, like, do you check it as a way of like, yeah, these people like Jay-Z and all these other people, are they not saying words because they are like, how do I word this without sounding like a douchebag?
So
like,
they're afraid. They're afraid.
Okay. Are they afraid, and are they like pressured by record labels to shut the fuck up, and money and business owners and all these people that have their hands in, or hear me out, or are they emotionally intelligent enough that they don't feel like they need to be outlandish like that, and they can actually refrain? Because as somebody who can't ever shut the fuck up and I'm always talking shit, I know there's people who have so much patience and who don't dive into momentary emotion and speak with diarrhea of the mouth.
Correct.
So what is it exactly?
You want to know my honest truth?
Sure, yeah.
So when we're on let's say talk about Jay-Z, Diddy.
Yeah.
Let's just say those type of, that kind of extreme wealth, that huge spotlight, it's blackmail. That's why they don't say shit. They're afraid for their families. 100%. Kanye is not that way. He doesn't give a fuck. But when you have, and then this is truly what I believe, CIA owns Hollywood. They own social media. They own all of these different industries. They own tech. They own all of this shit. So they're, in my opinion, they have, somebody has blackmail on these dudes, and they're like, hey, and they use Diddy as like a scapegoat.
But why is Kanye the only one speaking? Why is there not others?
Because he doesn't give a fuck. He has the balls in him and the strength to say, you know what? He already got fucked up. And I'm going to get into that. And I'm glad we're kind of segueing into this, because this is the whole thing I wanted to talk about. So he has real life. So his fucking trainer, Pasternak, sent him a fucking text telling him, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to send you back to the loony bin and you're never going to see your fucking kids again. There's proof. And this this personal trainer, he's like a physical trainer to like the upper echelon of Hollywood.
Why would a personal trainer say that?
Because before that, he was in the Canadian military, where he was messing with medications and kind of, they were trying to get things where people would act a certain way and stuff like that. They would like experiment on people and experiment on different medications back like in the late 60s with the my darn neighbor and his Camaro. Anyway, so basically it's a whole, and this is my opinion, it's just a whole bunch of different stuff. And because he said, and he said out loud, and he went on a different path than everybody else by speaking out, that's why he got so hated. Because now when that happened, remember when he went to the hospital like a couple of years ago for psychiatric because they thought he went nuts?
Yeah.
That's the reason why. It was Pastor Nick was working with, something like that to get him in. And then they were threatening him again, saying, you're never going to have a normal relationship with your kids again if you keep on talking this way. I'll take you to La La Land and you'll live like a vegetable for the rest of your fucking life, basically. So he's being threatened.
Weird. Well,
and that's where, and they put him on so many medications like lithium, like all of this stuff when he was in the hospital. So you noticed after the hospital, it got even worse and worse. It upgraded to the umph degree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they basically broke his fucking brain with all the fucking medications they were doing fucking, and this is my opinion, they were doing fucking psych.
He's basically getting a lobotomy.
Experiments. Yeah, in a way. Yeah, basically a medication lobotomy.
Why was he free will doing this?
They forced him into the hospital. It wasn't like, they say it was like all, like it was his prerogative to go and he signed up to do it. In reality, they basically, they took him and they experimented on him. And that was, so, and it took me a bit. This is why I've been wanting to do this for a little while. I didn't get into this part on mine.
Yeah.
Because I literally, once I heard about the Jay-Z stuff and the kids and then the ACK interview, I wanted to put something out. But this, I can give you, it's more long form, so I can give you a little bit more opinion into the depth of my opinion.
Yeah.
So that's where I believe, because you notice like from like literally overnight, he like increased like exponentially, like his psychosis.
Yeah.
So, but
what?
Yeah.
Was it what? Have we hit peak then? Like peak crazy, or is he crazy, or is he not crazy? Like that's the thing that my brain's, I can't decide. Like I'm at a limbo with, is he the realest motherfucker on the planet who don't give a fuck, or is he little loony?
So as of right now, with his everything,
because the reason the loony thing throws me off is from the theatrics.
Yes, like is he doing this to get clicks? That sort of thing, right?
I don't even know if it's clicks. Clicks, but attention, like hate, like
is it
purposeful hate.
Is it so he could be in everybody's conversations?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Is it that? I believe so. A little.
There's a lot of people like in the TikTok space and on the internet that say that it's his way of keeping relevancy.
I would agree to some effect of that, but with how what I want.
But is that how you want to be perceived? Like after you die, and after is your controversy going to outgrow your music catalog, or can his music catalog never be touched to that degree?
It's never going to be touched.
So he can say and do whatever, and it's not going to downgrade.
Not whatever, but this is the last month or so.
Yeah. Is it making sense now? Is it starting to make sense? Like what he's doing, or is it just off the wall?
I don't have me. I'd be too afraid. Well, I don't really have anything for anybody to blackmail me, or I say I'm openly nuts, so I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So but I honestly, if people put pressure on me, I can guarantee you my weakness is I would just go with the flow. I would be like everybody in Hollywood. That would just be, or anybody.
You wouldn't try to be an outlier, right?
No, I couldn't. I don't have the.
So you think it's brave of him?
Oh, 100%.
So it's brazen.
It's brazen. Like it's to the point where I'm surprised nobody's tried to assassinate him.
That's what I was thinking too. I wonder why his woman left him. I wonder if the heat got too crazy. Or if he was just too much. Because it seemed like she was kind of, they almost looked like, they were like Bonnie and Clyde for a minute, it felt like.
It did. I think after he got married to Kim Kardashian in that era, it just got tremendously worse. Like I was watching an interview with Amber Rose.
Yeah.
And she was reflecting on how she got famous from being nobody on just from,
they dated.
That's exactly right. So and she was like, he's the most kind. She still finds him kind. She, she knows the real Kanye, right?
Yeah.
And so she gave him nothing but praise and everything like that. Now we all go through shit. So I do believe on that. But as you know, as we grow older, it gets and then it comes into being, how much power do you think you have versus how much, in actuality, how much delusion are you actually in versus what's real?
So to me, it seemed like I don't know. It's like he's shooting shots at so many different people. I don't know what battle he's. What I get the battles. I understand battles. I understand battles with this person, battles with that person, battles with this person. But what's the war? Like what?
The war is nobody had his back.
So is it just bomb drop time?
Yeah.
And he's just like, fuck you, fuck
he's
you.
He's like, you know what? Fuck you. I mean, I actually just read something. So he apologized. I just read something in the news that he just, I don't know if it was today or a few days ago, he apologized to Jay-Z and Beyonce about talking about their kids and being,
Yeah, but I read a tweet somewhere that was like, I wonder if Beyonce gives Jay any pussy. You know what I mean? Like,
and he did that right after he apologized about his kids. So that's what the whole thing was like. Okay, you're trying to apologize about what you said, but you're blasting on the same tweet or something.
Yeah,
one after.
You're like, huh?
About his. So yeah, and that was my whole thing. Is on my last episode on him that you can catch on, I believe, the Mind is Psychic. It was episode 16. Was the fact that the only thing that I disagreed with him on is he was talking about other people's children, and he has children. So how would he feel if they talk about shit in the public eye?
Well, he was already mad about someone using his child, like the Playboy Cardi thing. So
the whole thing,
it's a little hypocritical. Yeah,
it is very, very much so. And I think no matter what, as somebody that doesn't have children, you keep them out of the fucking. It doesn't matter. You keep them out of.
Yeah, they're irrelevant. They should never include.
Yeah, so you should never include. I don't care who you are. You do not put somebody's kids in your name or in the mix, your speech. So that was the only thing I gave him flack.
I think he was just trying to. I don't even think it was more of a kid attack. I think he was trying to low blow. I think.
And how much of this also, because there's many aspects of this. How much of this is also him?
Is he a hurt man? Like, is he just hurt?
Oh yeah, he's 100% hurt.
Like emotionally damaged by something or somebody.
I'm telling you, once he lost his mom, and I can kind of feel this. He was super close to his mother, like.
So what is he?
Instantly.
So what is it? So yeah, Donda, right?
Yeah, I believe.
I think that he named the album after his mother.
Yes.
So what's the resolution?
That.
What is there a resolution? What happens? Because like, what is he waiting for somebody to step to him? Like, what's the?
No, because they already have.
So what's the resolution?
Everything they could do to him, except
is freedom the resolution?
The only thing they have not done to him is kill him.
Because he's free, right? Like
Yes.
His catalog's free to
Remember,
him, right?
If he wanted to said any of that stuff about anti-Semitism with the whole, he would be probably worth 15, 20 billion. If he would have just quit, if he would have just said nothing.
Yeah.
In that meeting with Adidas.
Yeah.
None of this would have been happening. Jay-Z, I got to say, no matter what, he got out of the limelight. Like, he went from rapper to freaking business mogul, which that's what Kanye should have done but he has a different motivation than
But
99% of artists.
but what's I mean, we all sit back and watch the show. It's entertaining, but like I said, what's the resolution? Like I
The
don't.
resolution is he just stops. He just fucking, he literally,
What's that future look like for him?
he goes to Japan again. Like I
Yeah,
believe that's where he is right now, and
yeah, he loves
stays a couple
Japan.
of years, let everything die down,
Yeah.
and listen to his fucking team. Listen to his team he spends millions and millions of dollars on every year.
So anti corporation and anti media, like you would think he would start his own hub for something. You know what I mean?
Yes, but the cost of that
Too
is
much.
exponential because the remember everybody.
Well, he kind of did it, right? What did he put his latest project on? What was that tied to? Just a random domain, like a rented domain, probably on a
Possibly,
website.
possibly, but what
But
I
that's what I'm
mean,
kind of meaning, though, like a hub like that, where his projects are on a certain platform and he'll take on other artists on that. Or you think that's not his goal at all?
that I believe honestly, he just wants to point out what's happened to him, what's happening to other people, and he's trying to stop it because it literally kills people. Look at Britney Spears. Look at Aaron Carter.
The
Look at all of these.
conservatorships or whatever.
Look at just these people. They grew up in the industry, and all of a sudden they're fucked. Like Britney Spears. And you know what's funny? What's interesting about all those guys? They were all on lithium at one point of their lives before they died.
So, so we're gonna say Kanye's been in the industry for a decade. If you're speaking on album releases, right?
Yes.
Or has it been longer than that? No, I guess
Wait,
it's been more than a decade. It's been
he's
20
21
years, right?
years. 21 years.
Okay, so 21 years, not a decade. I'm stupid.
No, you're fine.
Almost a century.
Right? Seriously. Well, technically 3 decades.
Yeah.
2, 3, yeah, technically three and a half
So
decades.
we're talking like 21 years of in
21
the
years.
business.
Yeah. Yeah. So at the end game, I think honestly, he just needs to get off social media. I
Yeah,
just hope
I
he
mean, I
doesn't
think
get,
that's kind of been a thing.
well, it's been a thing, but I really think he needs to just, he always says that that LA just makes him,
I don't know why he just doesn't put this in his music and just like X-nay all the social media and everything you're saying right now. Put it into some music. I
yeah,
mean, you could make great diss tracky, like very aggressive tunes, and I think it would play good. I think it would be
yeah,
good. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And maybe he is doing that. Maybe he is kind of doing that too. I don't know. I haven't listened to a lot of the new catalog.
His new catalog, his new, so the Bully, I know there was a track or something that came out last week, but before that, he came out with Bully, and it was a 30-minute video
Yeah. Why
with
is that?
all of his songs.
Why is all that stuff not dropping on Spotify? That's what I don't
I think he
understand.
wanted to try something different because he does things off
Yeah,
the cuff and does
he
things
does. Yeah.
differently. The only thing I didn't like about it, honestly, was that there were some really good songs on there. So unless you would actually like go to that timestamp to listen to that song, you would have to listen to the whole thing. So that's the only thing that I'm like, okay, I want to listen to individual songs. I haven't watched videos in over a decade. So I believe that I think he's just trying to do something different. I mean,
I just, I just think it's hard to digest when it's in
it is.
video form like
Oh
that.
no, definitely. It is. And because I mean, I like the direction it went, but a lot of people they want to listen to music because you really can't. I mean, think about it like this: if you want to listen to an album, you just put it on, whatever on you listen to it on Spotify, and you go about your day. Well, it's
Yeah.
really difficult to go if it's video and to go throughout your day because you shouldn't put the video on in your car as you're driving, unlike a podcast
Right.
or music.
That's what I'm saying. I wish it would have went to Spotify, but I don't even
Exactly.
know if he's really fucking with Spotify or if Spotify's fucking with him. I don't know.
You know what? See, at the end of the day, no matter what business, he sells. He makes money for people. So that's one of the things I think that's why they're not.
Spotify is Swedish, I think,
It is.
so I don't think they really care about American corals. So I don't think they would care if he was to upload whatever he wanted.
No,
You know what I
but the
mean?
shareholders of Spotify and this, we'll get into the anti-Semitism later, but he still makes money. Remember, anytime that he posts or something, somebody's going to stream his music,
Yeah,
or
I mean
somebody's going to buy.
he's a hot topic. His name is a buzzword at this point. Like it's going to draw attention no matter
Exactly.
what.
So that's why I don't think they're killing him. Honestly,
Okay.
because he's making so much money for
But
people, it's
who
not
making
even
money
funny.
for who though? Just like the press, the TMZ.
For the shareholders, for the CEOs of these huge conglomerate companies. I sound like a conspiracy theorist.
So in a way, he's almost doing his own disservice
Yes, he is.
because he's
Like
feeding
if
the
he would have
people
shut
that
up
he
4 years,
hates.
if he would have shut the fuck up
Yeah.
and just went with the flow and just felt
Well,
and
yeah. The
just
best revenge is silence.
exactly, but not to the way his brain
It
works
can't
is he
sit still
can't.
mentally. I don't
He
think.
can't. So that's the downfall. And do I think it's a downfall of his? Yes. I think there's going to be enough people on board. They're just going to be like, okay, he's speaking real shit. He has proof.
Yeah, he's got
So
receipts, right?
he's got the receipts. And that's why there's so many people that are actually every day there are a few and few more that are believing him and being like, okay, it's all right. He's not a psycho.
Yeah, I do see a lot of like retweets about people like they'll be like, "Man, this Kanye man, this fool is wilding out," but he do got a point though. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's where and I've never thought he was nuts because I'm nuts.
I never thought he was like. I never thought he was nuts to the point of like straight ass lunacy, but I did think there was a lot of bipolar going on.
Oh, 100%. He would fly off the handle.
Yeah, it was like calm Kanye, and then all of a sudden it was real extreme when it
Yeah.
was extreme. You know?
Yeah. And I mentioned, so I'm going to go into the behavioral part because, I can't stop with not doing that.
Yeah.
The whole, some people need to be on meds. 100%. They need to, because their brain is wired a different way. I believe medication is not for everyone. But for me, from my experience, I need to be on meds. As much as I don't want to be and think that I can get off of them and just be okay, I can't because I went years without doing that. So some people literally need that assistance.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just common knowledge in the way that's like, I mean, like it's like a diabetic who needs insulin.
Exactly. There are
You
some
can
people
you
that
can have
can't.
you can have an imbalance in serotonin or whatever. I mean, that's what an SSRI is, right? It's like serotonin rehabilitator or whatever.
Inhibitors.
Yeah, it gives you what you lack. So I mean, yeah, there is that. That's a truth. It's not something you can see, but that's what therapy and behavioral health is for. That's what
Yes.
dictates that to people
And
who don't abuse it and actually need it. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. I mean, and there's ways that you can abuse it. Doctors would because of the pharmaceutical companies. I mean, this is a freaking, we know this could be a 6-hour episode just on
Yeah.
that. So, but basically, this is how I feel about the situation with him is okay, he's already on to a new stage of his life. He says that LA hurts him emotionally, so he feels best in Japan. Go to Japan, live there for a few years. Um, so many people are taking hit pieces out on him. Kim Kardashian wants sole custody of his kids. Could that, as much as that would probably hurt for him, he needs to be, in my opinion, to be the best person he can be. He needs to get out of the limelight. He needs to stop doing all that
You take a
social media
retreat.
stuff. He needs to retreat, figure out what he wants most, because his poor kids are seeing this.
I wonder what his camp is like. Is there anybody there helping him, or is there people just rooting him on for bad behavior? I wonder
Rooting
what
him
that
on
looks
because he
like.
keeps on paying people. Because the more bad behavior, the more money he makes. And they're like, okay, I'm getting a percentage. I mean, and now his ex, oh, this is a good thing. So his ex, one of his ex employees is suing him because he said that Kanye made a racial slur at him. His ex employee's black, and he's suing Kanye for being racist, for telling him. Yeah, so this is how bad it's gotten. Is people are coming out of the woodwork, just like Diddy, and saying, like, putting all these lawsuits out, saying that he's this fucking monster, and he's because the whole. If you think of the narrative with now, it's the whole anti-Semitism thing, and all he's basically saying is Jewish people own Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean that's
He's
the
not
narrative.
wrong. Just like in the financial industry, in the stock market.
Right.
Jews are hardworking people, and they strive for the best. I don't necessarily think, and I'm saying this because I'm on both sides. I have the history, so this isn't anti-Semitism. This is me actually saying it, and even if I wasn't, the truth is the truth, bro. Like, it's not
Yeah, I mean
everything.
you're not ridiculing anything. You're
No,
just speaking.
why can't you just go out and say facts?
Because we live in a day and age of cancel culture.
That's over, bro. I think that that should be over, and I'm hoping it slowly but surely it seems to be stopping or slowing down a little bit. But it got up to a height where it shouldn't,
Yeah, it was trash.
it
Yeah.
was like even people with people would stop dating because of the Me Too movement. They were so scared.
Yeah.
Like, I know I did it because I was so afraid of, okay. And then they want you to ask for consent. Can I kiss you? Like, come on, bro. Like, that fucks up the vibe, bro. You know?
Well, yeah, I agree.
I mean, and I know there's different aspects of that. So anyway, but yeah, so at the end of the day, I think with him that it's only that he just needs, number one, time, and him to get physically back in, figure what his life goals are and how he's going to do best for his children and his relationships. And remember also, he's been in the limelight so long. Is all of this show, and in reality he's just normal?
I mean, to me, it just feels like full on crashing out. That's what I think.
I think it's a mixture of everything, and he just needs, in my opinion, I know it's easier said than done. I'm not on his level. I'm never going to be on his level, but
Like I said, it just feels like crash outs.
I think maybe he's tired too. Maybe he's just burned out. So, I mean, but that's pretty much all I have on him with everything that's going on. I mean, we can talk. I mean, he went on the whole, and I got to say, like, I was even like contemplating when I saw that him doing all those tweets about Jay-Z. Once he put the kids into it, I'm like, okay, dude, I had so much respect for you. So it went down. His respect bar went down a little bit with me. Even I don't care if he apologizes or anything. You just don't do that.
Right, it's a
So
little
my
messed up,
respect thing,
yeah.
I don't care what the fuck you say about adults, unless you say stuff that threatens people. Who gives a shit? More power to you. So just and this is opinion only. This is just opinion. Just slow it down, bro. You're filthy fucking rich. You do what you want. You make great music, but everybody's went against you, and you have a handful of people that are still with you. So take it for what you want. This is just a normal person saying from one nut to another. Figure it out,
Nutters.
bro. Figure it out. So be Lil Wayne, homie, or Jay-Z.
That's entertaining nonetheless.
No, 100%. But the whole swastika diamond
Yeah,
chain
I mean that shit's a
pendant,
little.
that
That's a
okay,
little.
even for me, I'm like, okay, bro, that's
That's the theatrics I don't get.
yeah,
I think the speaking out publicly and saying opinions and talking smack. I think all that is probably needed because people probably need to
yeah,
be checked every now and then.
yeah.
But I don't get the symbolism of the
The
swastika.
swastika.
I
And
don't
what
under.
would have been crazier is if he would have got a Vlad who is Jewish. Would have been crazier if that he could have got that interview with Vlad. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because
I just think
I don't
it's
think he's anti. Personally, I don't think. I think 99% of this is all show and for clickbait. I think he does have um, a disorder, and I believe he's telling truths, and I do believe people were fucking with his brain.
yeah.
But I mean, he needs to worry about the kids. Bottom line,
Well, the story will continue because
and
it's
it
not
will.
over.
Oh, dude, it's far from over. I wish him the best, and I hope that he just more makes time for himself. Just fuck all. If that's what makes him happy is the music, dude, fucking stay in your studio 24 hours for the next 3 years and write a billion songs and keep
Yeah,
on
but
putting them out.
yeah, but I think that as I think somebody who's been in the game for over 20 years, I think that he's a little burnt out on that. He wants more.
If that true, or do your next venture that you're passionate about without bad mouthing people, because the public is going to think that he's a fucking
Maybe this is one huge revenge story. And I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe because you're like everyday artists. Why would they step out of their box and go to another lane and talk shit and talk shit and talk shit and step on toes and toes and toes unless they're Joe Budden and they just think they're highly opinionated of
So
themselves.
I've got another thing that it clicked with me.
Yeah,
He has fuck you money.
he
That's
does
another
it.
thing. And you know what you know what that means, right? You got
Yeah,
fuck
it's
you money,
exactly what I'm gonna do when I win the lottery.
and you'll only get 40% of that because of state and federal taxes. But that's a whole nother thing. So
then that's fucking me.
exactly. Then you don't buy a Bugatti, you buy a freaking Land Rover for like 120. Anyway,
Buy a
so
Toyota Tacoma and
there you
call
go.
it a day.
Hell yeah, put 100,000 into that bad boy, sleeper. So
Yeah.
what I want to just say, but when I heard it, an interview with Kid Rock, I really, as you know, he's like one of my favorite artists of all time. Oh, and I love him. I think he's a great person personally, and I think he's a business genius. Now, what he said is he gets a lot of questions. Is he said, "You say so much stuff anti entertainment, like you're not afraid of telling the truth."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I was smart. I got fuck you money. I got so much incoming revenue from different things that I make money off of shows. People love me." He's like, "I was smart. I started doing this when I knew that I didn't need to say once I knew where I was at a pinnacle peak and I was making all this money, that's when I became, and that's what Kanye should have done." But that's what I think. So but I think Kanye's get that fuck you money. And honestly, when you're he's back to being a billionaire on paper, but yes, there's a huge difference between being a billionaire, but when you're worth more than $100 billion, you can buy anything you want. So, like I said, he's got that fuck you money and he doesn't give a shit. So that could be a part of it too.
Right.
So yeah, we just ranted on Ye for the last 53 minutes.
Polarizing, right?
It is. And there are so many, and that there were just so many segments in that.
I think low key he's jealous of Drake though too. I will say that.
And
I don't know why I just get that notion. Yeah, yeah.
For what? See, I'm
like
sorry.
With his tweets, he'll like shit on him, but he'll also like give him a compliment, like a backhanded compliment as well. Like he'll be like, "Drake's a bitch. Bet none of y'all dudes can top Drake's numbers." Like, you know what I mean?
And how many? And again, if they take social media out of this 100%, say we didn't have it. Number one, the general public wouldn't really know.
Right.
Yes, there would be stories and stuff. However, the public wouldn't know as much.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
how do we know that this is a whole marketing ploy between all of these? Because I bet all of these people are friends. Honestly, I think all of these people that have worked together are still friends, or they have a mutual respect, but they have to act. They have to act dissing
I don't know.
them in public. So who knows?
I feel like that's too WWE to be real.
I think it is. Remember, entertainment is WWE. It's
I think they might have like group chats going on where it's kind of like, man, why'd you do that fuck shit? Oh, because I wanted to. Okay, well, fuck you.
Exactly.
And then they go on the internet and talk shit about each other.
Exactly, but they don't. I don't think they got
each other's numbers, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
they're on their line,
and they've got the mutual respect. Just saying.
Yeah, but at the same time, why would you ever want to be publicly chastised about shit? You know what I mean?
Because when you got fuck you money, who gives a fuck?
For him, I'm talking about the other people.
Because they all have fuck you money.
True, but like Kendrick's on the rise, so like why
Kendrick's
would
been on the Kendrick, for instance.
I'm just saying Kanye really, really shit on him, you know what I mean?
In socials, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But what about the real, what's his real feelings towards all these people? That's two different things. Two separate different things. They're in the spotlight because they know they can handle criticism. That's why you see most of these people, the reason that they're at a particular volume of success is because they can handle the shit. The people that can't don't make it.
Right.
So
yeah, you got to be tough. Yeah.
You've got to be tough. You've got to, and no matter how many people you have on your team, if you're not tough, you're not going to make it.
Right.
Especially now. I don't believe that they're doing as much, especially with music and labels. I don't think they're even doing as much artist development anymore. I think they're just, from what I've been watching and stuff like that and researching, they find underground artists that got the heat and then they sign them. So, they already have, what I'm getting at is the personalities. And now with the social media and all of they have their lives and their personas out there, they can take it. Like, a lot of people question there's shit that I think that I will never, as much as I want to, I would never put on blast or on the airwaves because I'm not that strong to get that criticism.
Yeah.
I know that in me though. So, and that, I think that does affect, at the end of the day, that affects people's success as well. So that's, as the sun shines and as it sunsets.
I mean, to be seen, right? Like, you never know where it'll go. We'll see. I'm interested for the ride.
I just hope for his sake that 95% of this is all show and it goes away, but the kids, man, the kids need to be isolated.
As long as he keeps that out, then
exactly.
I think it'll be Gucci, but
I mean, at least he doesn't have a sex tape that we know of yet.
I mean, who knows? That might be the next thing. You never know.
He'd get props. It doesn't do that. That would sell a freaking, there would be another ploy. How do you think freaking Kim Kardashian, that what I'm saying is that was as much shit as she wants to talk on him.
Yeah, definitely.
Neither one of them are.
I mean, the Kardashians are a whole nother subject on their own.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying is nobody's perfect and nobody should be judging either of them. You can judge if you want, but everybody's got that fuck you money. And that's how I want to end it is, if you got the fuck you money and you're not doing anything illegal or amoral, go for it. Because at the end of the day, normal people don't give two shits. We're just trying to survive.
Well, exactly, yeah.
So on that note, from the East Coast to the West Coast.
That's right.
We're not doing PJs. We're not flying private jets. We're not even flying on Spirit. We can't even afford Spirit.
No, we're just some remote little bitches.
We're some remote little wannabe people.
Yeah.
That are just trying to figure out their lives, and we're getting older.
That's right.
Getting older, getting balder.
Yeah, sadly.
Got hair where I don't want it, and have no hair where I want it. So, with that being said, I want to end this on a positive, good note by saying we love y'all. Can somebody please subscribe to our shit? Please just say, I don't care what comments. We've got one comment out there, and it's some salty bitch.
He's got fuck you money.
Apparently he's got the fuck. No, he's got the internet fuck you money, where he's in a fucking basement, fucking jacking off because he can't get a girlfriend.
The troll.
He's the troll, dude. He's the troll to the degree.
Did you heart his comment?
Oh no, what I said, I'm like, thank you for your comment. I love your handle name. I love
always kill him with kindness.
Yeah, dude. I don't care, dude. Any publicity, and to be perfectly honest, I say that I don't promote either of my podcasts. I know I should. I'm just trying to get to a certain level of production before I submit that with marketing, because I don't think I'm at even the potential right now where I need to market it and I put as much value as I can at the time. But trust me, we're going to start doing, we've got things in the woodwork. We've got things in the pipeline that we're working on. So your boy, I'm telling you, Mr. Psyche is spending a lot of time doing different things and learning. Let's just say that. So on that note, guys,
yes, sir.
We got Sir Judo from the East Coast. We got Psyche from the West Coast. From the hostess with the mostest, we want to say recovery is a process. It's a day-by-day step.
Yeah.
And just be true to yourself.
That's right.
One love, baby. Peace out.